The Brits don't have any long-range AT. Once again, bit of an issue. He's just running over commandos. Panzer IV using his treads extremely well this game. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 170 bringing you another CH2 replay. This is a 2v2 on Larnax. We got Opsy, Spaghetti Skull, Mega Mimi, and Uwu Friend. Hello Friend Uwu. I'll just call him Uwu. Anyway, one of these guys made a replay. Make sure to submit yours at greyshotproductions@gmail.com and or my Discord if you're a supporter or on Patreon or on Twitch, and I'll take a look. But otherwise, we got ourselves a Brit and a Soviet versing a Vermach and OKW. Interesting to say the least. Again, in this map, we got a forested area down south, a more urbanized area in the mid, and a long, I would say like a wide open. It is definitely wider than the south and with more open lanes and less terrain, let's say the forest area. Forest area is really good for the choke points and close range infantry, so there's all these different areas in which infantry can specialize in. Maybe like shock troops in the south, flamethrower units in mid, and maybe just some long range bars up north. But in this case, we're doing, I guess, Brens. But anyway, we got Uwu going with Penals. Penals going down south with the engineer crew. The British are up north. Now, these guys picked this roughly the same time, so I'm assuming they're part of a group. Commando Regiment, and also we got Terror Tactics. Very good against infantry. Also some good infantry buffs here. And good anti-fortifications. Spaghetti went with Breakthrough, very good infantry, and also Heavy Tank, which can be used to annihilate other vehicles. But you want to make sure it's protected. That's the big thing. It's very powerful, but you have to make sure that Jagdtiger is protected and not flanked. British infantry doing exactly that. Although Sturm's coming in behind them. If they jump the fence, they should be able to get close and hopefully take these guys out. That would be the goal of this anyway. Looks like they did pull back. Universal Carrier trying to provide fire. They're outside of their normal area, or in terms of like cover. So they're out in the middle of open. They really have nothing. So the British infantry is going to surround them and slowly pick them apart. Really good play there. Again, it might seem understated, but just simple movement, pulling back to a better defensive point really helps. That was a mistake, charging the enemy, but like I said, I'll give a plus and I'll give a minus. Universal Carrier going around. What he could do is he could ram this thing to destroy the cover. It would open up its side. I'm sorry, not side. Rear armor. But yeah, as you can see here, destroyed some of the cover. Now these guys could Panzerfaust when the building's deployed. Not done yet, so that's why we haven't seen it. Down south, we got penal troops pushing against the Pioneer squads. I don't see any bunkers down here, so at least he didn't build that, because Penal is very good at uprooting them. Just to say the least. So, again, actually, let me, real quick, while things are about to get off, let's double check their playtime. Overall, about even, about mid-tier guys. Not a lot of playtime compared to the top-tier guys, but not no playtime like a lot of the newer guys. So, about mid-tier. Middle class. Middle-class Co-2 players. There we go. British looks like they hopefully will take advantage of these Grenadiers who stepped out behind their tractor. Did quite a bit of damage, unable to grab that victory point, though we can see here the Volk squads did grab the other victory point, so that's good because that will at least put additional pressure and hopefully allow them to, keep the victory points from going too negative against them, because right now they lost about 40 points, so they're like, we need one, we can't take this one because the British are there, so we'll grab the other. Penal's coming in from the south, but as you see with this territory, it's more like clump. It's not really like, unless you go here, here, and then here, you're not really going to get this big cutoff of cutting off the entire enemy. So, and I don't think they really want to press that deep. Grenadiers, though, pressing into Soviet territory, and they did get the cutoff in the south, which is going to cut off all this. But if the Penals were going to try to cut off all of the German territory, that would be a bit more of an undertaking. But good job with the Penals counterattacking. Oh my god, those poor Grenadiers being annihilated by them. Really good job. Second pair needs to get the hell out of there. 4 Penals, that's a lot of Penals. Does he have a medical? He does not. So those Penals aren't going to be at full capacity. They're not going to be able to dish out the top tier damage while taking as much damage as they possibly could. They can still do damage, but unfortunately their health, they can't take as many hits. Up north, we have fuel being taken over by the Brits. Mid-fuel's still under German command, although Penals might take that real quick. There's a lot of them here and not much defense. Again, a lot of casualties being taken by the Germans due to these Penals. So really, really good job there, at least keeping the enemy back and using, well, instead of pushing deeper in enemy territory. Also, why have you not put this down? You have 122 fuel. You should be able to deploy that. Officers on the field, maybe he's just so busy with manpower, he just doesn't have the resources for it. But that's always a bit risky. Also, we have this going off. Wait, does that actually cut off the territory? Oh, because they don't have that. Wait, hold on. They do. Okay, it does connect. Okay. If they connect the northern sector, they... Oh, no, they can't. Okay. So, the German territory in the south is still disconnected. It's very slight, but they still have this area connected ever so slightly. Think of it so... Oh, my God. Please don't charge it to the satchel. Think of it as, like, Leningrad, where, like, the Soviets had the tiny pass to resupply that whole region. They're like, fuck it. That's the best we got. But you know what? It worked for the time. Probably couldn't have survived another 6 months of a consistent siege. But, luckily, the Germans had their own supply issues, couldn't hold that line, and eventually broke apart. I mean, multiple other reasons, but yeah. Anyway, Pino's pushing on in. Storm Officer trying to hold on, but unless they possibly do, like, you know, target them, or... Yep, they're doing that, so it would be more damage against it. Nice 222. But you may notice something. It's like, great. 222's on the field. What's that universal carrier have? What do the British have to counter that? Not much. That's the big thing I'm seeing right now. It's like, what do the Brits have to counter that? Nothing. So the Brits have to be very careful with the 222. So you always want to pay attention to what the enemy has at what time and what you have to counter that. Now, luckily, another Grenadier squad died, which is really hurting him right now. He's lost a number of his Grenadiers. But that scout car can at least cause a bit of damage for him, so that's good. He's going after some units, but he's going to pull back. Now, the Soviets have penals, and I'm assuming he might try to save up for PTR's rifles. They don't have a ton of munitions right now. The Germans disconnected one, although it's still not connected to their own territory. But at the very least, 222 was a good decision, I think, right now. It did enough damage, pushed the Germans back, and can harass them until they get either upgrades or units. And right now, I don't think they can really get either one for at least another probably 30 seconds, I would say. Now, this thing can still take damage over sheer firepower, so 222 will probably pull on back, but they'll still cause some damage to the penals and bring down their health. Grenadier squad moving on in. Bad choices on the road. They're being picked apart. He's still firing long range, but they finally got a PTRS rifle. He's going to pull on back. We have penals literally charging down the road at this 222. 222 is like, yeah, I'm not fit for this. I'm pulling back. And he'll head back to base. We have a medical finally going down for the Germans, so that's good. We have a, oh god, we have a commando drop in the north, which can also reinforce. That's awesome to see. And then Germans, specifically the OKW, are continuing their assault. Luckily, Ospey did deploy a number of units like Panzer Grenadiers and another MG to kind of help. Or no, is that his first MG? Probably, no, I think that is his first MG. Anyway, Volk squad still pushing forward. He does have Panzerfaust, so they have to be very careful. Luckily, just staying far enough behind, he doesn't get it. Fortunately, this Volk squad is going to come on in. Unless he suppresses it, he will. Can he stop it? No, Panzerfaust inbound. Can you kill the man? He gets it off, but actually, he's not enough damage. Universal Carrier did survive it, so really great. Again, very lucky. Good job that at least both of them didn't get there. Penal's still pushing in mid. Panzer Grenadiers, though, lying in wait. Very good units to overwhelm Penals, as Penals are very good infantry units at longer ranges, but with close range proximity, Panzer Grenadiers own them. It is astonishing, but luckily he does have numbers, so if they do try to get up and cross that road, they might take enough damage to where he'll be fine. No MGing in the building. Concerned because the Penals can always run on in and throw a satchel. Like that's something that's like on paper, you're like, yeah, put an MG in the building, suppresses them. But oh wait, he doesn't have enough munitions for it. Oh, he already threw it, damn it. On paper, it's a good idea. In actuality, it needs to set up and then fire at them to then suppress and stop them from throwing a satchel. That part was in the drawing board. One penal squad has to head back to base. In the north, we have commandos falling back, although they're trying to do some extra damage, keep them in. You can, like, pin units with your own if you need to. Some units are more effective, like an armored unit against a building kind of can block certain targets. They could always go around, but if you block it correctly, you could keep them from retreating. Or even stop the retreat. I've seen that. But then the person could always jump in the building or something like that. There's some countermeasures if someone's trying to do that to you. Now, speaking of countermeasures, we do have a armored car on the field, which is a great counter to do too. The Volk squads might be an issue from the Panzerfaust. He does have enough munitions. Op speed, again, has maybe one Panzerfaust at its disposal. Plus, scout car could fire at range as well. But great job with the penals, taking so much territory in the meantime. German players now getting about half the munitions the Allies are. Grenade was pretty much, did a little damage, not too much. Grenadier should push back that one penal troop, but the rest of them, yeah. Yeah, they should take it slowly but surely, but it doesn't have a lot of men. Osprey's just losing quite a bit. Universal Carrier coming on in and pushing forward. I wonder if he's trying to lure the 222. But 222 is currently busy chasing the penal squad with barely any life left. Will it be enough to kill it is the question. Run, man, run! Oh, he made it. Good, good, good. We actually have fear propaganda in place. I'm unsure where that's located. Oh, it's up in the north. Oh, they're trying to kill the Panzer headquarters. Panzerfaust are hitting it, but it doesn't matter. He's not killing it. Panzer headquarters still going down. He's not canceling it. That's risky. That's a lot of fuel to possibly risk it for the biscuit to place it. Taking damage. It's almost done, though. Will it be able to finish before being killed? It's on fire. It's probably under a quarter. And there it goes. Yeah, not good. Oh, although Universal Carrier up to Vet 3. Already off to a good start for the Brits, pushing back the Germans. Panzer Fusiliers, again, do have the extended AT range, so they could always try to rush up the armor and fire. But again, he doesn't have a ton of munitions, so that's not happening. 222 is coming up from the south, maybe trying to pop shots in Universal Carrier. These guys need it for cannon warfare. Again, I get the upgrade with Panzer Strikes. That's great. You need something long range for AT. For cannon warfare is the perfect thing for that, especially against this lighter armor. Down south, however, some issues are occurring. Penals are still being ever present. We have a T-70 being developed by Uwu, which means he has tier 3 building operational. The Brits have yet to do that. They don't have the company, they only have platoon. Osprey has, let's see, Battle Phase 2, so we could upgrade and get probably medium armor in the next, like, 2 minutes. Spaghetti, because of that, I think he maybe did cancel it, hopefully. Or not, I don't know. Probably not, actually, I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, even if he puts down another Panzer headquarters, he's still a ways off. Now, he could risk going mechanized and getting a Puma. That could work. However, I prefer the Puma with heat rounds, but that being said, he could do that. Bundle grenade going off. Great placement. Kills the squad. Oh my god, tree went flying so far in the air. The rifle shot like a couple hundred yards, but it worked. It absolutely worked. Killed one squad, and there, finally, the Wehrmacht gets some payback. Much needed payback against, well, the Soviet. Now, we have a... He can see that. So, good thing he just detonated. I, wouldn't try to save up for something, because then if you're not paying attention, oh god, that... If the enemy does some tomfoolery and, like, places stuff, or tries to, like... Hold on. T-70 now engaging. Let's just say this. I've seen demos get put down in good spots, and then somehow their own troops get hit by it, so... hopefully it didn't happen. Luckily, he just damaged it, but can he kill it is the question. So our Pioneers are doing repairs. T-70, though, pulling back from the Panzerschrecks. Worked, because T-70 just stayed with it. They didn't have something else to take the shots. That's what you need. You need something else to kind of take those hits, and that would probably be a lot better. Now, VP point-wise, Allies are down, but they're slowly coming back because they have majority right now. Resource-wise, Allies have a small majority against the Axis. Though there's some points that are currently decapped, that would be a real big bonus if either side could take it. Again, one counterpoint is the Soviets are blobbing. I will 100% admit they are blobbing, and that can come with its own risk. Now, it looks like he is separating now. It looks like he is slowly individually microing them. That's fine, but you also have to be very, very cautious when doing this because, again, you want to make sure that your troops are in a predicament where one Panzerwerfer or a Brumbar or something could just annihilate them. Now, I get it. Blobbing can be very effective just by overall damage, but it also comes with its own risk. Now we have a Panzer IV on the field. Now, so far, Osby has yet to deploy any of these, But what he could do, and I've done this before for the allies, but suppress either with strafing run or smoke it with available doctrine. Let's see, that's recon. Probably artillery field officer can, I believe, call and smoke. And what you could do is drop it on the enemy and rush your Panzer IV through. I know it's penals, I know it's risky, but you could run them over because it's blocked by smoke. They don't see, it's weird. They don't see it coming, so they're going to be hit. I know it sounds weird, but in this game, sometimes there's a little tomfoolery with how collision works, but it absolutely works. I've smoked targets with, I don't know, with rear echelons and then use Wolverine to run them over. You could do a similar tactic with smoke with Germans and do that, so just heads up. Commando, on the other hand, going close range. And, oh my god, that poor Volk squad. Though it is very low itself. Another Commando squad's keeping his range, but if he crosses, is a question. Oh, 222 coming on in. Volk squad should be able to hold. I would say they're in negative cover right now. They're getting closer, but with the 222 there, they're going to do a ton of damage. Again, try to get the heck out of there. Probably lose a single model, but should be able to escape. We have the armored car coming on in. Not much to stop it. Panzer headquarters is fully operational, so it could use its main gun to hurt the armored car. Problem is, not fast enough. And while it will do a lot of damage to the armored car, it's not enough to kill it. And unfortunately, 222 does die after some great plays by it. The blob is back in town on Main Street as multiple squads are all in relative close proximity to each other. God, I want one bundle grenade on all that. Wade through it! Now, luckily, I love how he kept his blob back just long enough for it to go off. This Soviet player isn't dumb. He's making sure that his troops stay out of it. So he's blobbing, but it's a smart blob. And I'm glad to see a smart blob. I hate dumb blobs. I'm glad to see smart blobs when someone is individually microing them and can realize enemy threats and dangers. Because again, he moved. Oh, we have a teller mine there. Not bad placement, actually, on Main Street. 3 different areas. Kind of like Fury, where it's like literally in the middle of this goddamn crossroads. Perfect. Now, down south, we have Panzer Grenadiers. They're taking over the munitions. In the mid, we have a lot of Allied forces, roughly equal to the Germans. So either side could do very well in this situation. We've seen Osprey lose a bunch of units, and we've seen Spaghetti lose his Panzer headquarters. But that doesn't mean they're out of the woods yet. They've still been doing damage to the Allies. And overall, they're still in a good fighting shape. Now, unfortunately, the Allies are pushing it a little bit in the north, but they're also taking the fuel, and they also took the south munitions, which is really helping them out right now, doubling, almost doubling what the Allies currently have. But a Panzer Grenadier coming on in, once again by itself, he may need to bundle them up, like in a group himself. Place them behind cover and just start shredding the infantry, if at all possible. Panzer IV backing up to the armored car? What? Armored car lands a shot, Panzer IV misses, and throws a piece of debris, apparently. Up north, again, still grabbing that. Panzer IV heading down south now. Nice job with the penals, cutting off that territory so the Allies will at least stop the munitions, even for a second. Panzer IV coming on in, but this is a very bad situation because guess what? Penals have these thing called satchel charges that can stick to enemies' armor when they have the PTRS rifle upgrade. And guess what? They have it. So the Panzer IV needs to be very cautious about this. Gets a great shot on target. Killing 2 models and throwing the rest of them back to base. This is going back into the forest to hide, although we have some troops coming on in, but nice use of terror tactics, fear propaganda, which is, again, suppressing them and causing them a lot of issues. Something just hit. I'm assuming it was a satchel, but I think they blew themselves up, which is freaking hilarious. So he killed a squad and the Panzer IV made it out. Kind of a win-win. Now you could say, well, Greyshot, the penals literally again, I could say something, but they killed themselves with an explosive, and I would say that's, yeah, unfortunate that, you know, he ran into it, causing it to explode. But for Panzer IV, it's a risk, and I think it was worth it. Now it looks like some of these guys are taking some hits over here. We have a T-34 being developed, and the British have got their company post, and no upgrades yet. No upgrades yet. I would be curious to see if he doesn't save for a Comet or Churchill. I think that might be a little bit better, because that way the Soviets could get medium armor, and then he could deploy himself heavier armor. And what he's instead doing is getting himself a Cromwell. I've grown more open to the Cromwell from the most recent patch. I've seen this thing do so much damage that it is now one of my favorite medium tanks. It was originally my least liked, but now it's slowly climbing the ranks ever since I've seen its performance. Hopefully it lives up to it in this game. Watch, it'll die instantly. But Spaghetti, what are you deploying? You have 230 fuel. You should have gone armor out by now. You absolutely should have gone armor. I know you're deploying. You have a ton of infantry on the field that's costing you a lot of manpower, but you need to have that up, in my opinion. I think you need to have medium armor in order to at least meet and or counter the enemy armor. Now, the British don't have a lot of AT. I've criticized the Germans for it, but the Brits as well. They have a lot of commandos with Brens, good for them, but they don't have Piats. They have an armored car, and now they have a Cromwell, but they don't have that. Uwu has a T-34. That's all medium armor. If you have a Panther, technically that one-ups them. Now, they added one more penal, but that went, well, that had a bad case for the explosions, and now they just have one. They're trying to focus fire, but again, they're fighting in negative cover or no cover, while a lot of these troops are fighting in cover by the road. Again, Panzer IV firing shots. Unfortunately, it looks like one of the Panzer Grenadier squads died. We have a satchel back here, which is weirdly... I'm sorry, no satchel. A cache down here, which could be satcheled. A large armored push in mid by all the allied forces. Panzer IV going on in, trying to fire some shots. You need additional AT. Again, get in the building might be a good idea, because then you can fire shots from around from a good distance. Now he's trying to get close. The T-34 is going to maneuver. Does get hit by it. Shock troops are going to come on in. They immediately pull back. Panzer IV engaging. Not the best idea. Although, it does do quite a bit on the shock troops, pulling them back, or at least some of them. A cache died, unfortunately. Panzer IV still trying to fight, but being hit by 3 different directions. Unfortunately, he's just being pinned in that area. Cromwell and T-34 continuing the press. Again, Verkanwerfer would be great for firing long range. Panzer IV needs some repairs. Luckily, Stern Pioneer coming in to assist. Panzerfaust seeing the hit. Oh my god, bad idea with the Panzer IV. Super risky by pushing on in and trying to get that final shot. Or not final shot. It's going to be a lot of final shots on the Cromwell. So, yeah, unfortunate in that situation. But Penals and Soviets pushing south while the British maybe prepping for attack up there. Hold on. Is that... Oh, the Teller mine! Oh, that came into play! And it is so low. Now it could do a final shot. And actually, can they get close enough to do that? That is the question. Come on, Panzerfusiliers's, catch up. But commandos are coming around the corner. And even with a grenade, they'll take a little damage. Oh, actually a lot of damage. Holy shit. But more health damage, not model damage. Nice kill on the engineer squad. That's going to hurt. Although he still has another one. Grenadiers, again, at least one of them has survived all this time. Hold on. Nice light gammon bomb. Grenadier squad still fighting. Panzer IV operational again. And pushing on forward, but again... Allies have a ton of territory. They'll need to do something quick. Armored car coming in from the north. Popping shots on the Panzer IV. Will it pen? He's not shooting. I think the fence might be the cause of it. But Panzer IV definitely landed a shot. Up to Vet 2 now, 16 kills. This thing is almost healed. Almost. Let's see right now. Nothing yet for additional armor. Panther is being developed. We have a Vet 3 T-70 in the north, 21 kills. Got to give a highlight to that. Volk squad, highest with 17 kills, as far as I can see. Alright, Panzer IV going in. Hitting the shock troops. Panther as well. So good jobs there. Trying to pop shots on target. Pino's going off. Could throw satchel, but they're just rushing on in. I think he's doing this on purpose to either A, run them over, and B, if he throws a satchel, he could kill himself again. So, again, I love how ballsy this Panzer IV is being right now. But it's working out, and the Axis are actually doing a small little counterattack. But unfortunately, they need more men in order to capture the territory, as the Allies doing extremely well, while the Axis need more resources. Now, overall population-wise, it's still a little bit more even than I would think. Allies definitely having overall map control advantage, at least for the majority of this, and resources VP point-wise has been a little more even. Then also we look at, let's say, something like population-wise, and it's still pretty damn close. Uwu definitely lost a lot, though an SU-85 would be very helpful at long-ranging all of this armor. The Brits don't have any long-range AT, once again, bit of an issue. He's just running over commandos. Panzer IV using his treads extremely well this game. Goddamn. Commando falling on back. A lot of infantry being suppressed by the propaganda. Again, unfortunately, the T-70 did bite it. We have an armored car and the Cromwell fighting a Panther. Maybe not the best idea. Panther in the north fighting. So double Panther. And the British doesn't necessarily have a good counter to all that. No Piats, no AT guns. So this could be where the Brits start having some issues. Luckily, they did place some mines. That's good. And we do have the Soviets coming on in, at least some with PTRS rifles. Now, this is a big charge. We have a lot of infantry, T-34 and Su-85 pushing on in. Will it be enough? Unknown. But they will meet the Panther in battle. They're only a block away. Grenadiers falling on back. Panzer IV pretty much operational now. Just in time. Gets a great shot on 3 models, bringing the shock troops down. Again, separate units so that way the Panzer IV doesn't, oh, I don't know, blow up a lot of your own units in one shot. Now, good job. We have some troops down south grabbing territory. It looks like the Soviets are gearing up in mid, trying to hold that fuel. In the meantime, Panzer IV moving on in. But Su-85 could easily counter. Gets a great shot on the Panzer IV. Again, grenade going off on the Panzer Grenadiers. Does good hit on one model. Panzer IV still pulling on back. They're trying to get that satchel off on it, but there's a lot of infantry right here. I think it'll be too much damage and they'll have to pull on back. Up north, the British still no AT. Very risky. This is 26 minutes in game, and we still don't have an effective AT. And again, mines are delaying tactics, but it's not going to kill it. The Cromwell, you have to be damn lucky to make sure you keep getting the rear target. Now, unfortunately, this territory is still disconnected, so while they will probably grab this territory, they'll still need to grab something else, as you can see here, not connected. So there's that. And, yeah, the Soviets, in the meantime, still not, again, they've had some wins and they had some losses right now with their infantry. The British, again, that's my biggest issue is the lack of AT, though the Cromwell and armored car have done a pretty good job holding back armor, not so many infantry kills. Commandos have done a pretty damn good job with the British infantry. So I'm glad to see as well that the British are holding toe-to-toe against these guys, because that was my biggest concern with the patch. I know I haven't done really an overview of it, but overall I really enjoyed the patch, and I like how it's brought the British to the forefront more. Again, Opspeed building another cache. He needs to protect it, but at least he's building it in close proximity to the Panzer headquarters, so they will. But unfortunately, this is right here. All of them are together. That could be very bad for artillery hitting them. Maybe recommendation would be up here, so that way one, let's say, bombing strike doesn't kill all of it. Su-85 just chilling. Again, we have Panzer strikes now firing on it. They could kill it if all this next rotation hits. T-34 going in for the dive. Panzer strike fire kills it. We have an IL-2 bomb strike inbound. Panther trying to make a desperate escape. T-34 sacrifice was worth it. And yeah, there goes the Panther. Su-85 and T-34 did both die though, so it's not exactly a clean sweep for the Soviets. It's more of an even, well, pretty much even loss, but they're just getting an Su-85. The Germans, oh boy, the Germans still have a Panzer IV, and we've seen the Panzer IV take out Su-85s before. So unfortunately, that would be more in the north, where the British have a little bit more of a superiority. Down south, unless they use this terrain really well and try to go in and out of these corridors, the Su-85 could always pull back. But if he uses it right, he could block its retreat and then make sure the Su-85 can't shoot it. Game Bomb, or I believe, went off there. Didn't do too much. He's trying to use the treads again. Gets another great kill. Oh, I think that was a clean sweep. And the Cromwell's trying to come in to save his buddies, but unfortunately, he's going to have some issues. Panzer IV returning fire on it. Again, Vet 3, 38 kills. This thing is a beast of an armored unit. Shock troops and PTRS rifle equipped penal troops are coming on in. Panzer IV firing some pop shots to take out the building. Cromwell on standby. We have a Comet now on the field. That's the substantial upgrade I was looking for the Brits. Will it be enough? We shall see. Germans are once again grabbing the north. VP point-wise, it's still very close, but the Germans are now putting a bit more pressure on the Allies by taking the southern VP, as well as decapping all the munition points, whether it's going to them or not, at the very least not going to the Allies, which is very helpful. We have shots coming down by the Panther in the north, and also some Grenadiers and a Panzer IV in mid. Overall, damage-wise, I think the Allies still have more DPS, but if they can take out some of the smaller stuff and just domino affect it, that could be very, very impactful. Now, luckily, the Su-85 is just doing what it does best and sniping the Panzer IV from afar, preventing it from really coming on in. Now, luckily, it's putting its attention on the Panther, and while I do think the Panzer Fusiliers are pretty effective against armor, they still have to worry about possibly being hit by the Comet and everything else. Being in the building could be effective, but again, it is quite substantially low on health. And again, nice job with the Comet hiding behind the building. That would open up the... Yeah, open up a great shot on the Panzer Fusiliers. Very low on health. He might try to go for a second shot, but Panther's still putting pressure, and we have Volk squads coming in from the north. Nice bounce, although that didn't bounce off the Su-85. We need something to come on in and really pull their pressure, or pull the pressure away from the north, but I don't see anything here. Now, luckily, Stern Pioneers are holding the line pretty firmly. Again, Vet 2 versus Vet 2 Shocks, but again, they have more health overall. Shock Troops might lose this fight if they don't escape, and they won't. That's another big loss for the Soviets. He's down substantially. Ooh, doing very well in the beginning. Unfortunately, has slowly lost his army, and no longer I would even have enough troops to, for really an effective blob. We have a Stuka on the field. I can see why. The British do have some defenses in terms of MGs and such, and also like heavy cover. So I can see them trying to uproot it, and especially uproot this collider so that they can no longer get heals. Brits, though, putting a lot of damage on the Sturm Officer. Panzer IV pulling on back after getting shot at. Remember, they have the nice repair group over here. We have a pack gun on the field. Thank God we finally have a pack gun. Jesus. Spaghetti is not deployed for cannon warfare, and we have not seen a pack. So I'm glad to see, you know, something. Grenadiers opening fire on the Royal Engineers, trying to stop their repairs. We have a Cromwell right behind it. Again, Vet 2 really nice, but again, not a lot of infantry kills, more damage. Infantry up north trying to blow up and kill the well, no, they blew it up. They blew up the plane. They just need to kill the troops, which are currently burning to death. Light cannon bomb doesn't do all that much to them. Grenadiers are holding here. Pack 40 right there. Cromwell on standby with the armored car. Comet still needs repairs. Germans coming back. Germans doing a nice set of engagements and coming back slightly, but op speed is still down. But he does have a lot of resources right now. He could theoretically deploy himself a Tiger tank, and honestly, assault support might not be a bad idea. Nice grenade. In order to get additional supplies, as long as he keeps it behind like this area, I think it could be very well suited for a like a supply, especially because he has so much manpower. But instead, he's not going for a Tiger. He's going for a Panther. I'm of two minds of this. I think having something against armor and infantry is a good idea. I know why you didn't do it, because maybe you wanted... Well, actually, no. You literally need to wait, like, now, and you probably could have gotten it. Okay, no, not now. It would probably be another minute, but still. Nice mine. Holds Panzer Fusiliers back, saving the British vehicle. Panzer IV just going buck wild. He's like, that shock troop shall die, and took the wrong way, so shock troops will live. I guess maybe you just didn't want to push up too much. But that thing is a very big annoyance for... Oh my god, he's squishing them again against the building! Oh my god! The Panzer IV using its treads so effectively. And we can see another unit die over here. And Su-85 is being made. Oh my god, they're trying to get the kill. Panzer IV unable to, unless the final shot. No, he is not able to. Not able to. British are taking the north with the remaining commandos on the field. He only has 2 now. Comets still need repairs. Vickers trying to hold back the blob, although the officer could force it back. So let's see if it actually works. It does, pushing it back. Infantry will hopefully take the point. Down south, the Panzer IV is hanging back down, but we have penal troops right there. Again, he could kamikaze it. And I think the penals realize, nope, I'm not dealing with this crazy Panzer IV. So, yeah, this is like the most... like, how do I put this? This tank is so aggressive that I absolutely adore it. It's literally does not give a fuck about the enemy, and it just keeps charging head on. Really, really good play right there. I have to tip my hat off to it. Like, usually a player doesn't do a tread attack very well. He's doing it very well. And again, my biggest issue right now is the British armor. Lack of repairs, needs some time, but the Germans in a good predicament. Right now, Aspie has his Panther on the field as well. Panzer IV is on standby. If the Germans can break the infantry, they can push forward. But alas, with the propaganda and commandos coming in, the infantry is falling back to base. And unfortunately, the armor just doesn't have the infantry support to really push on up. Commandos heading back into the Allied lines. Panthers might fire a shot or two. But so far, just don't have the support to really push on in. Grenadiers coming on in. There's a couple units down south, which they may try to push through. I don't see any mines in this southern region. They're shooting the Cromwell. There's another Comet in development, though. Maybe they kill the armored car. That would be big. They're still firing shots. Being very cautious. Royal Engineers could throw an AT grenade on it. Again, a lot of it very low. Armored car kill would be good. They missed the target. Su-85s coming on in. Overextended. Again, where's the infantry support? They killed armored car, but the Panther side, it's not worth it. Nice shot from the one Panther. Shock troops and penals coming in from over here. Panzer IV needs to come in to save the day, but just sticking to the south. The other Panthers coming on in. They don't have a smoke ability. Again, none of these really have that smoke option. Oh my god, Cromwell diving the Panther. Oh, trying to get the final shot. Pack looking the wrong way. Oh, there goes the other Panther too. That's a crippling blow for the Germans. And in one fall swoop, trying to kill the British armor. Yeah. Trying to kill the British armor. It just goes down. Now, Panzer IV, doing what he does before. He's just running him over. But there's a difference in this scenario. He doesn't have the luxury of that quick escape. The Su-85s immediately realize the Panzer IV cannot get out of there in time. And once again, not a lot of infantry support. So the armor is like, I can push on in and there's nothing really have to worry about. Yeah, sure, you have Pence Fusiliers here, but Pack 40's been removed. And again, mostly the armor is still gone. I love how he's going up north thinking it's there. Oh, and going for the Stuka! Oh my god. Did he call it? Oh, breakthrough's going on down south, so they decided to go up north. And they kill the Stuka. Bombers are inbound on target. And now the infantry's coming on in. If they keep chasing, they might be hit by the bombers. Hold on. Hold on. No, the first bomb wave did not hit. A little bit to the right. That hit. There goes the squad. And there goes the Panzer headquarters building, which will make it unlikely that Ospie is going to deploy any additional armor anytime soon. Oh my god. So close. Su-85 does bite it. But still, with the Stuka as well, Allies still winning this game by far. Resource-wise, the Axis are in the low 40s. Allies are most likely in the upper 50s, low 60s in overall population. Probably 60 would be like a good benchmark right there. But I digress. It's still not looking good for the Axis. Now they're like, guys, we have armor issues. Double packs. That's what we're gonna do. They're gonna need a little bit more than that. Right now, I suspect the shock troops and the penals might be a big issue. But the Panzer IV is still going. It's 59 kills. Hot damn. Now, just for comparison, none of the Allied units come close to that. I'm pointing that out just because of the fact before someone says, why do you keep obsessing over this Panzer IV? Because it literally just killed this. Oh my god. Panzer IV will not let anything go, but the Comet comes in and executes it. Oh, if the Panzer IV had support, that would have been a great move. No support. Even doing that, even if they do so much damage against the Soviets. So it's like, that's fine. I'll deploy more shock troops. It's okay. We can take those losses. Meanwhile, I don't think the Axis can. I truly don't. They could maybe do an infantry fight. And to be fair, if they do that, that could work because you have two Su-85s, and that focuses on armor. If you have mainly infantry, yeah, that could work. But also, we see, it does have access with KV-8 flamethrower, and the amount of resources he could deploy very soon. So, also, We finally have a goddamn Canwerfer, but it's in the wrong spot. It should be up here with your own army. Now, the comets and the tanks just firing long range. Even this one's like, I can just fire long range. You can't even hit me. Great use of that grenade, killing the Panzerfusiliers with Panzer Shreks. Infantry trying to push on in with a pack gun coming in to support. Hitting the comet, which is stuck on the glider. Bouncing the shot. Panzer Shrek going on off. Or, sorry, Faust. Panzer Faust. Pack guns still just firing up in the north, hitting the comet. They're trying to take mid, but again, this guy's equipped with Panzer Shreks. It's going to be less effective versus shock troops. Oh, no. There's going that squad's dead. The Germans were so close to an effective counterattack, but I truly believe that they have lost this fight. It is a losing fight, in all honesty. So, unfortunate. Oh, they killed the Cromwell, though. Vet 3. They killed that. Man, pack gun's doing work, but white phosphorus coming down. It's going to hurt the infantry and the packs. Maybe stop them from firing. It looks like it did just that. And, yeah, they're having issue firing. They're dying, and that's going to be GG, I think. Victory point Y, still very close, but Opsy and Spaghetti just don't have anything to really compete with the British. They're doing very well, but the Panther losses just dominoed. Although, again, good job on Spaghetti for having a lot of good units over here. But, by God, that Panzer IV is the best German unit. And probably the best unit in this game for what it was used to. I've never seen... Oh, God, what is that called? Like, what's the vehicle called that literally it's meant to, like, to go over landmines, just get blown up because it's impervious? I forget the name of it. It's not a Minesweeper. It's not something like that. But whatever it is, that's what the Panzer IV was doing. And it was doing it quite well. Overall kills... by the way, thank you, Uwu, for submitting this replay. Thank you very much. But, yeah, you did most damage. Megameat got most kills. That made sense. He held that northern line very well. The German infantry may have gotten some veterancy, but there was a lot of casualties in terms of him trying to push that front. So they didn't die, but they lost men. Meanwhile, Opsy got a ton of kills. Spaghetti, again, not so much. But Opsy, Jesus Christ, nice positive KD. Soviet's not too far behind. Also, Opsy got most damage. Makes sense. That Panzer IV was easily my favorite. Although, as you can see, pack guns get deployed, easily shoot up and damage. So, again, make sure you get your packs. And my bug splatted. My game bug splatted. Jesus. But, yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be game. Thank you once again for submitting replays to me, guys. It really, really makes this so much more entertaining, me casting other people's games than my own. So, again, thank you. Seriously, for all the replays you guys send in. Even if I don't get to yours, thank you. But remember to submit yours in, nonetheless. And I'll catch you guys on the next replay. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before you go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons. These awesome people that include Jakub, Ace, Ion, JustThomasPlays, Ollie, Pyroshark, Joey G240, and Milam. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. Same thing with my patrons down below. You guys support the channel so much, and I wouldn't be here without you. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.